How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Absolute Zeros podcast. I'm Josh, and with me tonight is Mr. Know-It-All.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Now, we want to here at Zeros and Heroes welcome Mr. Know-It-All to the Zeros and Heroes family as a new and permanent addition to the podcast. Welcome, Mr. Know-It-All.
If there's nothing I love more, it's being a fixture.
You're rooted in place now.
So I am
going
happy.
back. And,
right on, man.
and in all honesty, it's probably just going to be a duo podcast for the foreseeable future, just because everyone in the group is just super busy at the moment. So yeah, yay.
No, you're good.
But yeah, dude, let's talk about comic books really quick. We haven't talked about comic books at all, or mostly ever. What comics are you reading at the moment, or are you reading any comics?
So I've had an off and on relationship with the Absolute Universe.
Dude, yes.
So Absolute Batman, I'm missing. I don't have. I've been catching up on Absolute, like Martian, Manhunter, and now Green Lantern through Rob.
Mm-hmm.
So Comics Explained. But for the most part, I have He-Man, Superman, Batman, and Wonder. I have the big three of what I've been keeping track of.
Mm-hmm.
And then anything else that kind of jumps in from the outside. And then I started that DC, not All In. What's it called? Or is it All In? It's like the end of the other. I don't remember right this second. Anyway, but yeah, that I was reading. I've also read Empower from Adam Warren. I mostly catch it on his Patreon. But I do have the big giant collected paperbacks. Those are amazing. I've always been a big Adam Warren fan, so that's just me.
Yeah.
But,
dude, the Absolute Universe has been pretty banging so far. Like, Martian Manhunter is such a mind trip because those first couple issues are just, what the hell is going on? And then you get to like issue 6 and you're just like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what the Martian is doing. That's cool. Okay, this is part of a bigger universe.
I love the fact that it's essentially like their version of a symbiote.
Basically,
that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, basically, he's
that's pretty cool.
He's not an actual like John Jones, and this isn't actual like the Martian. The Martian is inside his head and whatnot. But yeah, it's really interesting. So
okay, John, it's all in your head.
It's all in your head, man. It's
You're
all
not
in
crazy.
your head. The aliens so with your wife, dude.
It's real. It's so real.
No, this past week, issue 11 for Absolute Batman came out, and
yes,
damn, Absolute Croc, Two-Face, Penguin, and Riddler look
unreal,
horrifying.
Yeah, it's like, wow, there was what a neat. I've always kind of thought it would be cool to do like the Earth X. I'm sorry, not Earth X, like the Nazi Earth from DC, but Earth X, the Marvel version, where it was like, here's the Hulk and his ultimate radiated, and like this worse version of their characters, not worse, but like the most extreme version. That's kind of what I felt like when I saw these villains. I was like, oh my god, this is literally the most extreme version of what their name could be, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, it's unreal. Like, Bane is ridiculously strong.
He's a beast, literally. Literally, when you see but the thing is, they give him this. I got shades of the Dark Knight when I see his backstory, and even though they didn't steal from that completely at all, but this idea that he was raised in that like horrid environment that just bred him into a monster. Is unbelievable. And then he's basically, he's essentially Hulk strong, not really Hulk strong, but pretty darn close. Like he's just, the way he handles everyone is just unbelievable.
And when he's in his Venom state, he's like over 3 stories tall.
Bro.
It's like,
oh dude, he's an absolute sick monster.
Ridiculous. Now, if for issue 10, I almost dropped the entire series because of those final pages, and then you get to
Mm-hmm.
the last page. It's like, okay, everything's fine. But I almost dropped the entire. I almost dropped the entire thing. It was like, how do you do Batman like this? How do you rip him limb from limb and just bring him back as the bad guy? No, it was. Oh, dude, I had chills. It
was amazing. The storytelling they're doing is unreal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it really is. Actually, speaking of comic books, so I picked up Red Hood the other day, and it's a brand new issue number 1 by writer Gretchen Felker Martin, and after hearing about the death of Charlie Kirk the other day, and everything, I logged online and immediately saw DC cancels Red Hood after issue 1. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I read online and watch TikTok videos, because that's where I get the majority of my news nowadays. Saying
for real
that the author of Red Hood, Gretchen Felker Martin, just went online, just went on Blue Sky of all places. Why? After reading her comments, I'm like, why wasn't this on Twitter? This fits more with Twitter than Blue Sky.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, it definitely had Twitter/X vibes.
Twitter vibes. No, but yeah, so the author Gretchen goes online praising the death of Kirk, and me personally, I've never heard of Kirk. I've never heard of Charlie Kirk before this past week, so I don't know anything about the guy other than he has strong views. People like him, people don't like him, and that's about it. Am I sad that he's dead? I mean, yeah, kinda. It's a person. No one really deserves to die.
Right.
No one deserves to die being shot at like that in public. But I can't really
executed like that in public is rough. And it's hardcore, no matter who you are, no matter what side of a thing you're on. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say if I'm happy or not, because I don't really know the guy. I'm just honestly just sad that a person died, and I hope that his family gets all the comfort that they need. But
but to hear that because I did once you told me we were going to talk about this, I looked up. I had heard of her, and I had heard of the situation, but I didn't really dig deeper.
Yeah,
and so I dug a little deeper. I looked up some of the actual stuff, and it was. I'm not going to take that side where it's like it was so extreme. No, it's somebody who clearly didn't like him and is like, hey, you know what? What's the like que sera, whatever. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like that was her viewpoint, and then she kind of obviously. Like, apparently I'm seeing a bunch of people now, and like now that I looked at that, TikTok's only showing me those, and I'm like, really?
Oh, I love the algorithm.
What's going on here?
Love the algorithm.
Yeah, algorithms are terrible. But anyway, so my whole thing was that seemed really fast. For like DC moved crazy fast.
Dude, this comic didn't even get a day out of circulation.
Yeah. Remember, they base a lot of their like sales projections and canceling books and things like that on like pre-orders, and like if your book isn't pre-ordering well, they just assume nobody's reading it. They don't actually care about stuff you buy after the fact, because that's what comic book stores have already bought.
Yeah.
So they don't really count those. So they only really care about are you pre-sales selling your book. I have a feeling this was an excuse or a pretext, because maybe the book didn't have a really good, like, didn't sell well. I have not checked numbers. I know nothing. So feel free, anybody who wants to verify that or fact check me in the comments by all means.
Yes, please.
Because I haven't seen it, but I'm saying so. But my thing, this just felt so knee jerk and disproportionate to the circumstance. I can understand. Oh, we've suspended her, we've moved her on a different book, or blah blah blah, whatever else. I can understand, but like firing her that quick just seemed really like, oh crap, okay, like fast.
It also feels like DC's just trying to cover their ass and just cover all their bases, because the stuff she said was very vile towards Charlie.
It absolutely was.
Like I understand your feelings, but no one deserves that sort of vitriol hatred.
Well, and I can understand. Right there it is, and I feel like that's the stance because they said in their thing, they're like, this is not the culture we look to foster. These aren't our values, whatever else. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. I do get it. I wish it was. I wish it felt less performative, but I understand.
It's sad to see. Like, I don't think anyone was super invested or at least super anticipating this series, but I like Red Hood. I like the character. So
Same. I do. I like Jason as a character.
That being
especially
said,
because he came out of Hush, you know, that was sort of their big experiment.
Yeah.
Was will people accept and like Jason? We brought him back, and then people were like, oh my god, that's such a cool version. So they ended up bringing him full blown in back into the series.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer him with an actual, like, the helmet. I don't like the hood. I think the hood is sort of a little, you know, I feel like the hood is tongue in cheek.
It's too on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah, give him the Power Ranger helmet. I'm happy.
Yeah. That being said, next this coming week for comics is going to be absolutely massive because we have Batman versus Deadpool coming out.
Bro, I have been hearing so much about this book. Like, seriously.
All the pre-orders are stopped. People have been absolutely hammering those pre-orders, so it is definitely going to be the comic of the fall.
Sure. Is it Jimenez who's drawing it, or is it or I know it's not Dan.
Let me see.
Dan Mora. Who's drawing it? I'm trying to find it right now myself. I know Dan Mora's done some covers, but I don't think he's actually drawing it. I think Jimenez is drawing it. But either way, they're really good artists. See, because Dan Mora is quickly becoming DC's house style, the way Jim Lee used to be Marvel's.
Yeah.
House. So, and you can tell, like, everyone's like, "Oh, that's how you want us to draw? Okay, cool. We'll line up a little closer with that."
It might be Capullo.
Either way. Shut up. Is it Greg? Sorry, Greg and I were on the first name basis. Totally
not. One of the covers is at the very least Capullo.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing the Capullo cover right now. It looks dope. What a
dude!
He's so the man, bro. I love Greg Capullo. His artwork. I've been reading him since God bless, long time ago. Like, I'm talking early, like, Marvel days before all the Image guys left. That's how long I've been reading. Because Greg used to do. He was a backup artist on several books back in the day, back when he first got started.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, he's awesome.
Go away, bleeding cool. Okay, so here it's I'm
go away, bleeding cool.
Shut up. I'm on bleeding cool. Here it says this is a story by by Kevin Smith with Chip Zdarsky and Kelly Thompson. Yes.
So the one thing I will say, Kevin Smith is a darn good writer when it comes to these comic books. And I've always loved his take on Batman. Everyone hates, like, he did this one run, and everyone's like, he made Batman pee himself. Yeah, but stop. He's explained it since. There's like a concussive effect that happens, and, like, he researched, like, bomb squad people have this effect happen to them.
Oh yeah.
Where when a certain pressure bang happens, your bladder automatically releases just from the way the impact hits your body. And so he's like, let's make it realistic. Let's do that thing. And it's like, everyone's like, why are you going to have Batman pee himself? What's wrong with you, man?
me personally, I think Kevin Smith is a little hit and miss. I love quite a few of his stuff, but it's give or take. But it says here, Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo with Tim Townsend and Alexander Sinclair will be coloring the comics.
Nice.
So,
very
dude,
cool.
This is stacked. This is a stacked cast.
For sure. They were like, if we're gonna do this, we're putting all the A-listers on this bad boy. I don't care at all. Everyone's gonna know that this book. See, because you got to remember, that's the same thing they did with the original Marvel DC crossover.
Yeah,
they had they had Dan Jurgens. They got all the big names for the era. They were like, you guys are all on this thing, every one of you. You know what I mean? And it was fun. I loved those. The Amalgam books that came after when the universes collided,
Yeah.
Those are some of the most fun comic books ever, especially because you got the Wolverine Batman hybrid in an animated series style comic, and I was like, oh, now you guys are just having fun. You know what I mean? So again, I'm excited to see what this Deadpool and Batman book is going to be about. So we'll see.
It's yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't have a pre-order, so I'm gonna have to try to get there early enough to get one of the covers. So it's gonna be one of those uh early smash and grabs. But yeah, like
That's hilarious.
I
You're
got
waiting
hurt.
like
I got
outside the comic book shop.
Yeah, I heard that Marvel and DC are doing like crossover events again. I wonder if this is that or if this is just part of that. But in all honesty,
I hope this is that. I hope this is,
yeah,
or even if this is the beginning of that kind of a thing. Like I'm down. And they'll
yeah,
probably do it based like this. I'm looking at one cover. I'm looking at it right now, and the cover because it's Batman Deadpool has the DC mark first, and then Marvel. I have a feeling when Marvel does their version, whatever the thing is, it'll be flipped. So it'll be Marvel, their artists, their writers, the whole bit, and then it'll flip and have Marvel DC's imprint,
no,
and
yeah,
then that'll be interesting.
that's totally what's going on because first coming out this week is Deadpool and Batman, and in November is Batman and Deadpool.
Got it.
And they're
I love these covers too, because part of me is like I'm looking at like a Captain America, a Wonder Woman cover, and I'm just like, who is this? What they're doing? Like, are they just teasing up? Hey, by the way, this is only Batman and Deadpool, but wouldn't it be cool to see all these other people? Like, it's the only reason why you want to buy all these covers is because they're really great looking pinups.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are. They're really good, and honestly, I don't know which cover I'm gonna get, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Nice.
Oh God. So another thing. Since you're in the Hollywood space, in the writing and just making of movies and TV show space, I want to ask you
Yeah.
a question. What
Okay.
what are your thoughts on Hollywood and theaters and just their obsession with sequel-itis?
Wow.
Because
So it goes for as long as I can remember, sequels have been a thing, not the way they are now, but every time a sequel would come out, people are like, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing." You know, and you'd always have the like, okay, 3 of them is a trilogy, 4 of them if the 4th movie is good, fine. But then most of the time they were like, "All right, it's we the cuz movies that had long like part 8, part, 9, part 10, those were like B movies, like the trauma movies, like
yeah,
Toxic Avenger and stuff like that. So having a high sequel count was never a good thing back in the day. And so now all of a sudden it became, well, because what happens is little by little, the actual creative people in Hollywood disappeared, as in the ones who were running it. So there used to be a time when execs actually were people who, I'm a producer, I'm going to read a script because I know how scripts should be written and I know what looks good and I have creative whatever. Now it's all by the numbers and it's all formulaic and they have an assistant that reads them and says, hey, these are good. And then they go, okay, cool, great. I'll look at it and glance at the title and see if I care. And so seriously. So then all of a sudden it became, well, we need known commodities. My claim to fame that I always talk about is I had an original script on the desk of Walter Hamada's desk years ago
oh
at
yeah,
Warner Brothers. And because I had a friend who knew his former personal assistant, who knew his current personal assistant at the time. And so the former personal assistant was like, hey, I want a producer credit. And I was like, yeah, no problem, done. And so they got it on to the desk eventually. It took about 4 weeks, and eventually they said, but they wrote back and said that it was it was not based on anything else. So they were looking for underlying stuff because a long time ago, known things made more money.
yeah.
And so they began, and that was before the like adaptation craze, because they've gone through variations of this: prequelitis, sequelitis, midquelitis, the whole thing. Everything has to be connected to stuff that existed, even if it's a reboot or a requel or and it's just all the variations on those ideas.
We gotta go multiverse.
It all has to do with making money. And the problem is that mandate got muddied up by the idea of Hollywood getting money either from the government or from whatever for all of their various DEI stuff. This is not a political discussion, but the government would give you money if you had. Well, for instance, the good example, the Oscars.
Yeah.
You could not be in contention for an Oscar unless you had one of like several things. You could be considered a Class A movie, B movie, C movie, D, and nothing to do with the quality, but it had to do with how many of a certain type of person or whatever you had. And if they were the main characters, you got higher scores and higher points. So all that stuff, so what I'm just describing clashed with the idea of sequels and everything else. That's how you suddenly started getting all of these race bent characters.
Yeah.
Because it's all about getting that endowment money or whatever, the money that they were getting for having all those points. And it's such a crazy system that they had. And like I remember I was working on a draft of something, and this guy who had been an Oscar award winning writer was mentoring me sort of in this moment, and he was reviewing it and he said, "Oh, I'm on page 15. This thing should have already happened." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Well, because there's certain, like, they tell you flat out by this minute of the movie, your audience should be here." My point in all of this, by the way, because I know you're like, "Man, he's getting way off base." All of that,
not really.
What you would find is sequels you could dependably plot and plan out back then. Now, nobody expected, oh my goodness, culture got tired of it. Yes, we all got tired of it. Especially when you started shoving all this extra stuff. And I'm not even getting into like the political side of it. I just mean, why is there more than just my story here?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just get my story? Why is this one character who has no business suddenly going into a monologue about ethics or the environment or whatever else? Why is that happening in a part that shouldn't be where that shouldn't live? It kind of halts the momentum, Anyway, so that's Hollywood's nonsense. Feel free, by the way, to cut that whole thing in half anytime you want. Don't you? You're not going to offend me in the least.
It's fine. One of the main reasons I bring it up is because I saw the outline for Pixar's upcoming movies, and three of them are sequels, and one is a sequel that we think we ever need, which would be Coco 2.
Oh my gosh, yes. When I saw Coco 2, I was like, what?
I'll also go as far as to say I don't think we needed Toy Story 4 or 5.
I know, but Toy Story 4 was really good.
I don't care. I'm never watching it.
My problem... No, I know. My problem is the Toy Story sequels. I'm always worried that the next sequel is going to be the one that ruins it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've got. I don't know what they've got back there. I don't know who they're sacrificing a goat to. But every Toy Story movie is arguably better than the last.
They're definitely sacrificing a goat back there.
Oh, dude. Absolutely. Like, somewhere there's a Cthulhu who's like, your movie will be successful. And you're like, bro.
No, I'll absolutely agree that Toy Story 4 is a good movie, or I'll concede the point that people have said that it's a fantastic movie. I'm never going to watch it because, in my opinion, 1, 2, and 3 was the perfect trilogy and the perfect ending to their stories. And that's neither here nor there. Why the hell are they doing a Toy Story 5? Why the hell are they doing Coco 2? That last one doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
there's a question where you're like,
Incredibles 3, I'd actually get on board if it takes place maybe a month or two after the second Incredibles takes place.
They need to tighten up then and make that thing amazing. If they don't make it amazing, it will be I will be so mad.
I enjoyed the second Incredibles for what it was. Like, when I first watched it, I thought it wasn't as great as it could have been, and obviously it's definitely not as great as it could have been, but I mean, it was good for what they were trying to do with progressing the story and giving Mrs. Incredible more time to shine, and giving Mr. Incredible the opportunity to be a father to the kids. So, I mean...
Okay, I liked that too. I did like... Yeah. Even though there are people out there who will argue that whole movie was just a DEI whatever. I didn't think so. I loved it. I loved that whole movie.
Yeah.
You know, and especially the way everybody comes together toward the end and starts working as a team, and then you get the new heroes. Like that was, I feel like with The Incredibles, they're doing about as good a job as they've done with Toy Story, meaning they're really trying to care about the story and the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And if they maintain that and give us just another variety of this family doing what they do from another perspective, like they did, we should have a successful movie.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Mildly. The one I'm really looking forward to is coming out.
Oh, come on. I feel like an Incredibles trilogy would be perfect. Like give me an Incredibles trilogy. Give me the box set, the steel box with all three of them. I'm down. I'll buy that.
Like Incredibles trilogy would be amazing if the second movie had been perfect. It was okay.
It was oh, I mean it was okay, it wasn't perfect, I get it.
It wasn't,
but I still think it was a worthy sequel. It just wasn't maybe as good as it could have been.
Yeah, it was a worthy sequel, just not perfect. Semantics. No, semantics.
Totally cool though. No, you're good.
The Pixar movie I'm really looking forward to next year is Hoppers. That one actually looks really cool.
That does look good.
What I don't get is why the hell at the end of Elio they just show a lizard when you don't see a lizard at all in the trailer of the movie. It's like lizard. Oh, we're just gonna hop into a mechanical animal. Where's the lizard?
I see no problem with it. I'm kidding. That's awesome.
No,
where is that lizard? Dang it!
It's interesting. And then you got Gato in 2017. Don't know what that's gonna be about, but hey,
it's about a cat. It's about a gato. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's about a cat. Is it?
I think it was actually based on a short film they did first that was out a couple of years ago in the award circuit and stuff, like the festival circuit. And then based on that performance, they were, because I think that's a unique situation. That's a unique situation than they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
That Gato one. I remember there was a story behind it.
Yeah. Dude, did you see the new trailer for Tron Ares?
Yes, the one with Flynn.
Yes. So for context, for anyone who hasn't watched it, there's a new trailer out. Yeah. There's a new trailer out that starts off with the original Tron. It shows Flynn getting transported into the machine. Then you go into Legacy, shows bits of that, and then it goes into Ares. And then all throughout that trailer, it cuts back between all three movies. And it's really interesting. And honestly, I have a feeling that, yes, they're trying to push Jared Leto, but I also do believe I believe that he has the ability to be a good actor, and if they're able to get that with this dark and more dramatic role than what I've seen in other comic book movies, I think he has a good shot at being a decent actor, or at least building a good rep.
Okay, so the funny thing is he used to have, like, he was the prestige pick when they cast him as Joker. This is not talking about his performance. Mm-hmm. But when he was cast as Joker, people were like, "Ooh, that's cool," because he was the prestige pick. He'd done a ton of prestige-y type stuff. He was actually pretty well known, and then all of a sudden, Joker tanks, Morbius tanks, and it's like he just becomes this tongue-in-cheek actor. Now, this trailer I actually dug because this is what I call the nostalgia trailer.
Yeah.
They layered in the original Tron Legacy, and now this one, Tron Ares. And I like the way they incorporated the logos, the color schemes, the looks.
Yeah.
And you really got the sense, this is genuinely an evolution of the computers and how they've worked and functioned to this point. It also made me think, I wonder how long it is before they just reboot the entire thing completely, no pun intended. And they start at ground one, or even just give us a brand new, because imagine doing the first Tron movie story today with today's
our technology yes.
with today, but like today's sensibility also. Whereas before they were using the green screened or meaning the green screen computers, with the big chunky keyboards and everything,
Yeah.
where every time you hit a key, it's like ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. And I feel like, yeah, you do that story today and move the story forward. Like, I'm almost surprised Disney hasn't done, we're going to do a series. I'm surprised Disney hasn't said, we're going to do a series of Tron, and it's going to start from the beginning, tell the whole story from the start.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what I mean? Because I feel like there's a place you could do that, and it would be super successful.
I mean, they did have the
I
Tron
love that.
the Tron Uprising CG
Oh,
show, but
I loved that show.
they canceled it after the first season.
I know.
They didn't give it
They
enough.
were stupid.
It's Disney. What do you expect? Disney is stupid.
That Aeon Fluxy style, meaning just it wasn't actually Aeon Flux style, but you know what I mean? That like disproportioned long arms and torsos a certain way. Like, I loved that whole style.
Oh yeah.
And the fact is they got a voice actor to play Flynn because what's his face wasn't doing it. But they got Bruce Boxleitner to actually do the voice of Tron, which I was like, oh, that's awesome. Mind you, Boxleitner hadn't done anything since Babylon 5, so I'm sure he was available.
Yeah, it's great. Let me see. Tron. Yeah. I'm looking.
You kill me. You're killing me. It's so funny. I'm listening to you. You're hilarious. You do what I do. That thing I do, where you're like, I got to skim through stuff, but I have to like kind of talk it through as I'm doing it.
I don't see Flynn. Oh, here we go. Okay. Fred Tatascorio.
Who's that?
Let's see. He's most known for voicing Hulk, Volstagg, and Beast in various Marvel.
I love him.
Oh, he's also Solomon Grundy and Bane in a bunch of other DC. Yeah.
That's so funny because when you think of Beast, I think of the well-spoken version from X-Men 97, which I know that's him.
Yeah.
But like, it's so funny to hear the contrast because I don't think of him. I don't think of that voice when I think of Solomon Grundy. It's like,
oh my god. Okay, so he also voiced Megatron in the Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron video games.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah, okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah.
So the guy's got bona fides. He's got bona fides.
Yeah, he's definitely got got them acting chops. So yeah, a literal rabbit hole we went down. It was like, hey, who's
you're good.
who's voicing this? No, yeah, Tron Uprising was such a good series, and then Disney, in my personal opinion, and professional opinion, Disney is not the animation powerhouse that we know. That we knew back in like the early 2000s anymore.
I know, I agree with that. They are absolutely not.
This entire next year is going to be sequel after sequel after sequel, but another sequel that I'm really looking forward to is Supergirl and the very newly announced Man of Tomorrow that's coming out in 2027.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good. I feel like the fact that it's funny. Everyone's like, well, of course James Gunn's just going to greenlight his own movie, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, first off, he is the head of the studio. And at least as long as he adhered to the rules, which it seems like he did, then we're good. People are like, but he said he only had a treatment. Thought he was going to have a full script. Well, if you know anything about scripts, a treatment is basically the script.
Yeah.
Minus all the dialogue. But most of the time, and he said it's about 60 pages of really tight descriptions and everything, and some dialogue. So by the time you add all the dialogue, which will inevitably give you ideas for more scenes, you eventually get to the 120, 110 mark, and usually it's about a minute per page. So that's what you want to try to get to, and then you start editing down.
Yeah,
like no movie is ever the script length of the time it ends up being. They're almost always long.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What's fascinating for me is the announcement came with a few images of Lex and Superman just being kind of buddy up next to each
Chummy
other,
chum.
and Lex is in his green and purple armor suit,
The
and
classic.
I love it. And then you get James
For
Gunn's
sure.
description of the movies. Like, this is as much a Lex Luthor movie as it is a Superman movie, and they have to begrudgingly fight together against a bigger, badder threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, who do you think that threat is gonna be? I think it's gonna be Brainiac.
I think, okay, so here's why I don't think it's going to be Brainiac.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's going to be Brainiac.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one thing James Gunn never does is does the thing you think he's going to do. Now, whereas I think they might go, if you want to go closer to some of the more common villains, you can always go Mongol, which would be a nice introduction to stuff that could eventually lead you to Darkseid, but without being Darkseid.
Introduce Warworld.
I figure, yeah, introduce, right, get started, or some of those elements. Or you could always do, now they've done this in animation twice, but you could always do the, what's his face? The, not Absorbing Man, that's Marvel. The guy who absorbs powers and stuff and energy.
Parasite.
You could have it be that maybe Lex tried to create a parasite, and Parasite like turns on him, and now he's got to wear the suit, otherwise Parasite might kill him.
Could be interesting.
Versus the normal reason. Remember, there's no kryptonite currently, other than what. Whereas, because in the comics, kryptonite is what powers that green suit normally.
Yeah.
And that was always a fail-safe to keep Superman away. So who knows? I don't know if they'll do that or not. But I think that it's a smart move to try to do something else. That he could totally, by the way, throw a curve completely, because I'm way overthinking this, but he could totally do a Brainiac, because it's like, I know you guys know that I know I might do Brainiac, and you think I won't do it, so I'm gonna do it, which feels way too conspiracy theory for me. Like, here's all the red lines on my chalkboard. Listen to me, guys. Listen to me. This is what I think he's gonna do. You know what I
mean? Yeah, and with the amount of Brainiacs that have been out over the years, it's gonna be if and when they bring Brainiac into the DCU, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do him, because they can do him very sophisticated, very thoughtful, or they can do him as a kind of body horror type of character, or they could do something along the lines of Absolute Superman, which is so absolutely messed up.
Oh, that's crazy. It really is crazy. Which Brainiac do you like? And by that question, I mean, there's the classic Brainiac, who's an alien conqueror that collects cities and stuff to preserve them. But there's also the classic Brainiac was the central AI computer that powered Krypton and eventually led to the misinformation of the data, which caused them to core their, fully do their core. So there's that universe where he's an alien thing that's not directly connected to Superman, and then there's that one where he's very much a part of Superman's past. Which do you prefer?
I like where he's I like where he's a part of Superman's past, or at least part of Krypton's past, because you get the Brainiac, you get Brainiac. Maybe he's misguiding the council as to the destruction of Krypton. He gathers Candor in a bottle and then just goes off and flies around to various worlds and just gathering different cities up.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like what we see in Superman Unleashed, the movie, the animated movie.
Yes. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Based off Superman Brainiac. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do them. I really hope it's Brainiac in this, but we don't know. We won't know until we see the movie. So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's surprising that he got it done this quick too.
Well, remember, I can just see them, people at Warner Brothers, especially Zaslav, who are like, the movie did good. Go. Ride the goodwill wave. Do what you do, James Gunn. Just do it faster. You know what I mean?
Faster,
so,
more
yeah,
intense.
I can totally see him. For real. But I feel like, especially because we saw how he did Guardians 1, Guardians 2, and Guardians 3. I feel like he's dependable to not go the lowest common denominator. You know what I mean? I feel like he'll find a way to make it make sense, make it work. And I feel like there's enough character beats there that you can really show the character's growth.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do Supergirl first, obviously, because that's going to lay the groundwork. And I guarantee you in Supergirl, they're probably going to introduce either another super person or another tight connection to them, because he's kind of hinted that the next, like, this Man of Tomorrow is less a Superman movie and more of a Superman family movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I don't think James Gunn has any worries for for these movies. I think he's going to do a fantastic job, and like,
I do too.
Woman of Tomorrow is already finished. Like, they're just doing like the final edits on it. So I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty much done. So I'm really looking forward to that. But
well, I love the fact that it seems Clayface, other than James Gunn producing it, is not. He didn't write or direct it, and that makes me happy, because that's going to be the real test to show us, can he run a studio that, yes, he's a strong hand in directing, as in directing the direction of the whole thing, but allowing independent directors to do their thing.
Yeah, he needs to be able to be the mastermind while also not having his fingers in every single pie.
Well, and let's call it what it is. He needs to be Kevin Feige back in phase 1 and 2. You know, where he's kind of steering things, but he's not like 100% the person who's ever, you know, he's steering all the direction of the story and stuff, you know, and I'm because now I feel like Feige's probably way too involved at this point. Way too involved, meaning on the minutia, and that's why we've lost a lot of quality overall.
Yeah,
but time. I feel like James Gunn won't do that. I think James Gunn knows how to say, so here's the overarching story for this chapter of the DC universe. Within that scope, go do your thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see, I'm excited to see, like, I think Clayface is going to be a surprise. Everyone, especially because I keep hearing the same nonsense. Why in the world is he going to do a movie about another 2-bit character? Why isn't he blah, blah, blah? Because that's what James Gunn does. He subverts your expectations and gives you something that's amazing. And you go, oh my God, I had no clue Clayface was this nuanced.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, very much so. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does, especially since he describes it as body horror. So,
yes, which, I mean, that makes sense if you think about the character Clayface. Body horror, that makes sense.
Yeah, really does. Now before we go, in our minisode last time we did a little game, trying to figure out or give our thoughts on what the next movies were gonna be in terms of value. So this time I want to test your knowledge and see what you think about the top 10 biggest box office bombs as of 2024.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
I've got a full 25. I've got a full 25 list, but I'm gonna only list the top 10. Like, I'll give you the name, the year, and how much it grossed worldwide, and then you have to guess how much it lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Doing this blind, folks. Doing it blind.
All right, let's go.
So, number 10, we have Pan from 2015. This is the Peter Pan, like that young boy Peter Pan from 2015. I want to say, wasn't it the one with Hugh Jackman? Yeah, I think it was the one with Hugh Jackman. So this one grossed a total worldwide of $128.4 million. So how much do you think it lost?
Okay, Pan. Oh, God, I do remember that movie now. That was Jason Isaacs' Hook, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, or Jason Isaac or the other. There was two, because there was two really close to one another Peter Pan movies. One had Jason Isaacs as Hook, and the other one had. I'm trying to think of which one we're talking about. Let me real quick look up the poster.
Yeah, look at the poster.
Movie. That's from 2015, right?
2015, yeah. Like the Pan.
Okay, that wasn't Jason Isaacs. You're right. You were right. That was
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is not the one I thought it was. So I know this. Okay. Did you say what the budget was?
The no, I just said the
Oh,
worldwide
okay, okay,
gross.
okay. Which was what again?
128.4 million.
Why do I feel like that? And this lost money, and it's number 10.
This lost movie, and it was number 10. Yeah.
Ah, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna say this lost $23 million.
How much?
23 million.
No, not even close.
Really?
Not even close.
Oh my god, how bad is it? Go ahead.
So let me give you the budget. The budget for this was roughly 150 million.
Okay.
Out of 128.4 million, it lost 185 million dollars.
Oh. How do you lose more money than the budget it took to make you? Other than I think the marketing, maybe? I don't
Probably
know.
marketing.
It's just like, wow. That is insane to me.
Really is.
Only Hollywood would fail up and have the money be more because you do badly. Like more money you lost. Than the thing. Like, how do you do that? I can understand we had a budget of 120, we only brought in 100. I get it. You lost $20 million, whatever. But to lose 180 million on a budget of 120 something, come on, bro.
It's ridiculous.
How do you do that?
Ridiculous.
Okay, so
number 9 is Battleship from 2012. Now,
oh, dude, that lost all the monies.
Lost all the monies. So the worldwide, surprisingly, was $303 million. So how much do you think that lost?
Let's see. Okay. God, they really promoted the hell out of that movie too. Like they promoted that movie. They really tried that. See, all that stuff to me is indicators of oh yeah, they were really trying hard. The thing we probably lost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 110 million.
Now you realize this is going up, right?
Oh jeez.
Last one was 185 million.
I know.
It's going up.
Which means the loss is probably greater than that. Okay. I'll go 200 million. They lost $200 million.
All right. So the budget of this was roughly $209 to $220 million, and
okay.
Which actually isn't great, but it's not terrible. But they lost $199 million. So yeah, about 200.
That is so bad though. Good God.
It really is.
And it's funny is I watched that movie, and I remember leaving it going, what did I just watch? Do you remember that movie? Do you remember it?
Yes, I do remember it vividly.
At one point, there's a force field, so you can't see the enemy ship, and I'm like, are you kidding? Yeah. Is this how they're going to try to give us the "this is Battleship" moment?
Yeah,
they're gonna blind fire at each other. I hate everything. I couldn't hate Hollywood more in that moment because it was so dumb. It was the dumbest thing ever, and I feel like somebody was in that pitch meeting going, "Bro, I have the best idea.
This is so awesome."
Exactly.
The only redeemable scene of that movie was when they recruited the World War II vets onto their battleship.
Dude. And they're all like, and I'm like, shut up. All of you shut up.
Do you not remember that?
Yes, I do. I absolutely
do. It was a horrible movie.
It's wonderfully bad. Blissfully bad.
Wonderful. It was so bad it was good.
Go ahead, what's the next one?
The next one is Disney's Strange World from 2023.
Oh my god.
This
Strange World.
This one was $73.6 million, and I believe that's just because it was also a streaming movie.
I think it had golly. You know what? I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna say it lost $140 million.
No, actually. So
Really?
So the budget of this movie, okay. I don't know why I went straight to the budget for these, but the budget of this was 135 to 180 million dollars, and out of 73.6 million, they lost 197 million. God.
That's insane, bro.
It really is.
And the funny thing is, the other part that kills me is, I remember that just showed up. All of a sudden, within like 2 weeks of it releasing, it was like, here's this movie. And I'm like, wait, what? What is this?
And it wasn't even a good movie.
No, it wasn't. But that's probably why they hid it for so long. But yeah, I remember that movie just sort of came out of nowhere.
Next one is Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas from 2003. This is the animated DreamWorks movie. Yeah. So this one surprisingly only had a worldwide gross of $80.8 million.
Right. And was that CG animation or 2D animation?
I believe it was a
mix. I don't remember right this second. Okay, guys. Oh, okay. Okay, and I'm seeing it in my head now. God, I haven't seen that movie in forever. Okay, because it was the time I used to catch everything animated. I'm gonna say, I think it probably, I'm gonna guess it lost, I'm gonna go 180 million.
Close actually. So
really?
Yeah, actually really close. The budget of this was roughly 60 million. So I mean,
really?
Yeah, it was 60 million. Wow. But they lost 199 million dollars.
Whoa, that's so bad.
It really is
so bad.
So bad.
Again, I don't even know how you do something like that. Like, who makes that decision? And the problem is, I guarantee that exec wasn't like fired. The exec who greenlit this thing. Whatever. Because it was such a bad idea. But go on.
Okay, so in what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth place, we have Cutthroat Island from 1995. This one grossed $18.3 million.
Cutthroat Island, is that animated?
No, this was live action. This is an adventure swashbuckler film by Rennie Harlan.
Are you talking about that crazy Gina Davis one?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's a terrible movie. What did you say the budget was?
The budget was $92 to $115 million.
Oh, it's so bad.
In 95.
I'm gonna double it and say they lost $200 million easily, because that movie was atrocious. That was the worst. I remember seeing. I worked at the movies at the time that came out.
Yeah.
And I remember being excited for it, and it was like, what is this trash? It was so bad.
Surprisingly, you're nearly right on the money. It lost $202 million.
That was a woke movie before there were woke movies. And I mean that tongue in cheek. I don't mean that literally. But what I mean is, it was she was such, one, the production value of the movie was terrible. But when you get to like them, because everybody's acting their butts off, her character, Gina Davis's character, is such a contrived Mary Sue of a character. Like, any obstacle she goes through, one, feels fake. And two, does not feel in any way, shape, or form like, God, you're reminding me of so many things now. Like, I probably need to review some of these. I need to review some of these because they're so bad. Like, go to Critic List and review them there. Because this is just the kind of crap that people over at Critic List would love.
Yeah.
For those of you playing at home, Critic List is a review site that was made by like normal people, and the idea is it's the critic site. It's Rotten Tomatoes, but with real folks reviewing it, not pretentious reviewers. Anyway. Yeah, man. It was. I guess the backstory is that either I think it was her husband who wanted she was at the height of her powers in terms of, she had just come off of like Gone Girl or whatever that movie for the girls or something, or Kiss the Girls.
Yeah.
Where she is like this undercover spy, not undercover spy, but like a Jason Bourne like spy person. So she was actually something for a minute. And this was supposed to be like, oh yeah, this is your genre thing. This will be great for you, blah, blah. So they wrote this movie was made for her. And it was horrible.
How did she
it was just so bad.
How'd she go from that to Stuart Little 1 and 2?
Bro, right? Oh. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Okay, yeah. So in number 5, we have Mortal Engines from 2018. This one...
Oh, that movie was so bad.
It was so bad. This one grossed only $83.7 million.
I think I vaguely remember this. I think it lost like $220 million or something. I don't know why that number sticks out of my head. I'm gonna go with that 220. I think it was like 220 or something like that.
Actually, you're $60 million off. It was two
Oh,
hundred
okay.
and four million dollars on
Really?
on a 100 to 150 million dollar budget.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude,
Unreal.
it was a bad movie.
So, but it's a bad movie that looked gorgeous because, like, I actually liked the CGI. I thought the CGI was good. I
Mm-hmm.
just thought the concept was way too, like, it was undercooked. The concept was way undercooked, and the dialogue was terrible, and the acting was. They were doing their best they could, but it was not good.
Yeah.
I actually dug the giant city thing, like the one. There's a scene where it goes to eat the smaller one,
Mm-hmm.
and because that's what they do for parts and stuff, and then they just assimilate the population of that other one into theirs. And it's a whole thing. And I remember I was like, all right, well that's interesting, but yeah, it wasn't a good movie. Every time someone spoke, I was like, who's feeding you your lines? Because they're
Do you have
clearly
your
doing a
cue
bad
cards,
job.
honey? Where are your cue
For
cards?
real. No, real. That's legit. That's legit.
Fourth place, we have the 13th Warrior from 1999. This is the Antonio Banderas movie.
Oh, I love that movie though. It probably lost a lot.
Probably did.
I
$61.7
really love that
million
movie.
dollars it grossed in '99.
I'm gonna
And
go 120 million. I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna say it did not make half its money, so I'm gonna say 120 million dollars it lost.
you are $100 million off on a
Really?
85 to $160 million. It lost
Oh,
227 million.
wow.
Yeah.
Golly.
Now,
I actually really dig that movie. Like that movie has the epicness of say like Dances with Wolves,
oh yeah.
but but it's super earnest. Like it and they do that class. It's one of the first times I ever saw that classic trick where Antonio Banderas he's someone from like the Far East or whatever, but he meets these Viking guys and they do this thing where they're talking and he suddenly starts to understand them
Oh
little
yeah.
by little.
I love that
So
trope.
it's yeah. So all of a sudden it's like the language they're speaking becomes English
Yeah, yeah.
because he's learning. So at one point they're like blah 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 water, and he looks up and goes, "No, I don't want any water." And they're like, "How did you understand us?" He goes, "I've been listening, fool. What do you think I'm doing? Like I'm paying attention." Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful how they did it.
No, yeah, honestly, that's a really great trope that I wish would continue in some movies. It's great.
Well, it's a neat, simple way to transition without going crazy with like subtitles and everything else. Like you
yeah.
can, I think the only movie I've ever seen that did that trope ham-fisted was that one. Was it Valkyrie with Tom Cruise, where he's like the Nazi infiltrator or whatever?
I
Like he
haven't
is infiltrating the Nazis or something.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Oh, it's so that did it so badly.
Yeah.
It's especially because when he's talking German, it's not a good accent. And then
It
finally
really
they're
isn't.
just like be Tom Cruise, be Tom Cruise. Just
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
So
We're gonna do this little jiggery pokery where everyone suddenly knows. Oh, you're speaking German, but we hear you in English. Got it.
yes, exactly. Just like every other movie ever.
Yeah.
Number 3, we have The Marvels from 2023. Now
That
this
movie
one, yeah,
$240 million.
yeah,
It was awful.
this one grossed 200.
$400 million. I think it lost $400 million. That is my final answer. I think they owe people money for having watched that movie.
Oh, they definitely did.
They totally did.
It grossed $206.1 million on a budget of roughly 307.3 to $374 million. It lost
Wow.
$237 million.
Not enough. It lost. It needed to lose way more. I'm sorry. I'm clearly penalizing the movie now and its profit. That movie was so bad, it needs to lose more money. I refuse to accept that it didn't lose more money.
They need to apologize.
That's right. They need to be sent. Disney should be considering reparations for everyone who had to watch that movie.
The final two on our list are two that Disney really tried to push, but they didn't do that great. And honestly, it could have done a lot better if it wasn't in these years. Now, the second one is The Lone Ranger from 2013. This one grossed $240 million.
Wow.
What do you think it lost?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 190 million.
So, The Lone Ranger 2013 grossed $240 million on a budget of $250 million. It lost $240 million.
Wow, dude. Oh
it
my God.
made zero money. Zero money.
I didn't go nearly far enough.
It really didn't. It really didn't. And in all honesty, Armie Hammer isn't a terrible actor, but what they gave him was just not great. The last one is another Disney movie. The year before, John Carter, 2012.
Oh, that's so sad. That movie I thought was great.
It was.
It
really was good. I thought it was.
I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it. $284.1 million it grossed.
Jeez. I'm gonna go 180.
Well, this movie had a budget of $263 to $306 million. It lost $255 million.
That's unreal.
It's unreal. It really is. Because, in all honesty, it had a great premise. I thought that Taylor Kitsch did a really good job in the role. It had the bare bones. It had the bones to be a fantastic trilogy or even series. Because it's based off. It's based off the Princess of Mars or the Mars series by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Oh yeah. It's a brilliant series. In fact, it's way ahead of its time, even in terms of sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ideas it presents, it does teleport. It did Stargate before Stargate.
Yeah,
it really did. It really did. It was the way the little thing teleports him, or not really teleports him, but like moves him, and they explain it really well. This is one of those times where you're like, man, the sci-fi and fantasy writers of the past really were prescient when it comes to like the type of stuff to move. Because they were doing stuff that we wouldn't see again until the '60s with Star Trek. And he was doing it way back then, back in the day, writing that stuff back then.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's great.
Yeah. I honestly wish that someone would go back to this again, because I would love. I would like, not even. It doesn't have to be this cast, but I just want them to do the story justice. Like, reboot it, start from scratch, just like do it all over again, but give us a good, like, solid few movies to just put this to rest.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Oh God, it really was.
It's good stuff, though, man.
It was a good movie.
This is every one of these movies that we've just talked about, I think they all started well-intentioned. I think they all had good driving motivators. And I would almost love to, and privately, because we don't really do this here, but I really would love to see what were the circumstances, what movies were coming out, what was the culture like, what were we talking about at the time? Because I feel like any one of these movies in a different time with different players, I don't mean the actors, but like with the studio or different director or different writers, whatever, could have done very well.
Well, except for Pan, Strange New World, and Battleship.
I don't know, man. I feel like somebody else would have done. Honestly, I feel like you take Battleship and you do Jumanji, like you do something along those lines. You keep it board game related. You keep the game as part of it, or even have someone like have wired up an actual Battleship game to do something. You know, as a however, I mean, you incorporate the thing, because the way they did it was such a far long way to go to get the
so
visual idea. It was so dumb.
stupid.
And when the thing showed up, I was like, what is happening now? What is going on? It was just I don't know. I feel like there's a world in which even those horrible movies could have been in a different space-time continuum, could have done better.
In all honesty, in another world, there's a Battleship 2.
I hate you because you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh no! In another world, there's an entire like Hasbro or whoever does the game things. There's an entire universe. They have like their own cinematic universe.
Oh no! No!
Heck yeah, man!
It's all connected back to Clue.
You have like a body horror movie that's a Twister.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like something crazy like that.
It's great. All right, well, that is going to be it for us today, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Mr. Know-It-All, thanks for coming on again.
Yeah, man.
And with that being said, we will see you guys in the next episode. And yeah. Bye, guys.
See you later.